Darren's reading up.
Yeah, it's a topic I've been talking about since.
Thanks for hanging out with us on a Tuesday night. Appreciate you guys checking us out on YouTube. First Amendment Sports channel. Hey, listen, do us a favor. Hit the subscribe button.
Hit it.
You'll get notifications if you want on when we go live in the future on this very show and others very much like it. It's free. I don't know. What else do you want?
You can't beat free.
It's a free subscription.
All my guys out there that
You can't beat free.
been talking about listening to me and Juice
Just
and
hit it.
Ken, just hit subscribe and it'll
Yeah.
it'll let you know when we're on.
Show us some love, man. Show us some love.
We're about to get started here. It's Christmas time. It's been a common theme for our shows.
I've got Christmas music blasting. Well, not really blasting. I'm respectful, but I've got it pumping in the crib. This that time of year.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
But you got your Nat King Cole?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The little drummer boy. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Nat King Cole one, though, man, is unreal, man.
Isn't it?
God gracious.
This playlist, I think this is the fourth time tonight we're gonna use this playlist. Here we go.
Destiny's Child had a nice one too. Temptations
No.
had a nice one.
Top. I don't get this little preview on our Give Me Your Five.
Oh, for sure.
Little preview on Give Me Your Five. Here we go.
Hey.
Chuck Berry,
Oh,
welcoming
my
us back to
goodness.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, you come with Chuck Berry.
King
On-
King got some soul,
Yeah, he
man.
does.
On behalf of First Amendment
Yeah.
Sports, I'm Ken Marangolo. He's Darren McClinton.
Good to be back, man. You know, we got 1 week till Christmas time. My pockets will be empty. My daughter will be happy. My wife will be happy.
Does that jacket have pockets too?
Pockets. This is
You ain't
my,
got- does that thing have pockets?
this is my Mork from Ork Nike edition jacket.
That's Gordon Gartrell.
Yeah, it is.
Nanu.
He's Kevin McClinton.
Hey, man, have you done your Christmas shopping?
Well,
Oh, my
I mean, I got to give all the credit to St. Megan, who's done
Oh,
the
really?
lion's share.
Okay.
But the things that I was responsible for, or
Right.
am responsible
You did your
for,
job. You did your job.
I'm way ahead. Probably
Okay.
75%, 80%.
Okay.
Maybe one or
All
two
right.
more things I got to get.
Okay, all right.
Is that-
That's cool, man.
But there,
Good to be here, man.
ahead of
right
the game.
before Christmas. Right before Christmas.
Juice, do y'all have a ugly sweater day over at the St. James?
You know what, man? I think we're we were talking about it because they're gonna do a little Christmas party. They were talking about it, man, but I think we went with something else. But they had talked about an ugly sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to go out and get one, man.
Is it going to be an
Finally.
outing or is it going to be at the?
It's gonna
Because you
be
can
at
do
the
anything
St.
you
James.
want at
You
the
can do
St.
anything.
James.
Man, the restaurant is open
you
now
can.
too. You should see the restaurant.
okay.
What's your order? What's your go-to order for lunch there at the restaurant?
The cauliflower nachos are
Are you serious?
unreal.
Are they like the
And
roasted?
they have another
the roasted cauliflower.
Yes, and
Yeah.
yes, and then they have
That's two of those.
They have a burger called the Vic Mac. Because it's called it's
had
called
me at
Vim
Mac.
and Victor.
I know there's some macaroni
the
in that,
Vic
isn't
Mac
there?
is unreal, and
I
so
thought it
are
might
the
have had
fries,
something to do
man.
with
Hey
Michael
man,
Vick.
hey man, I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. Shout out to Spike Mendelson of the St. James. His restaurant is unreal, and the
Spike,
food
I'm
is
coming to see you, Spike.
phenomenal, man. Phenomenal.
I'd like to welcome
Unbelievable.
everybody on behalf again of First Amendment Sports to the Hot Box.
The hot box.
Yeah.
The hot box.
Listen,
You ain't hit me well. I thought you was coming with something. Okay, I got you. My bad.
we'll fix it in post.
Okay.
After the show's over, I'll do a little pause
Even
there.
though we're in the
I'll
holiday
put the
spirit,
thing-
man,
we still got to do it.
yeah, if there's a knock it off that I want to get y'all's take on. Lamar Odom. LO. You know, I love this game, his versatility. But we all know, you know, he's had his demons, he's had his troubles. He is making a comeback.
Wow.
Not to the NBA. He's making a comeback to the Big Three, Ice Cube's league.
Yep.
So he tried earlier to possibly play in the Chinese league, the CBA. He felt his body wasn't ready, and it would have been more detrimental for him trying to rush and hurry back to get in shape, playing shape. First of all, at 6'9", he's got like a 7'2" wingspan. He's 6'9". you don't have to have the kind of young legs that you had when you know, when you were playing, because you can change your game a little bit, use your height, use your smarts. But he was worried about the kind of shape that he was going to be in, stemming from his multiple. And what's the number, Juice? He had 12 strokes and 6 heart attacks. You know, and we all know about the drug
At
use,
risk nature.
about the Bunny Ranch situation, you know, the pills, this, that, and the other. We don't need to get into details. But LO just accepted an invitation to play in a league in the Philippines. And he's using that to get in shape to play in the Big Three.
Do guys want to play with him?
I think
yes,
so,
man.
a healthy LO.
I think they do, man.
A healthy LO is a very skilled player. He can score. He can pass. He can, he's very crafty with the basketball. And in a 3-on-3 situation like that league is, you know, he can be one of the more exciting players to watch.
I don't think so, man. I don't think so.
No, I said a
don't think
healthy
so.
LO.
No, but I don't even think that would be worth watching them play, man, because that is a huge health risk.
It is.
You know
and
what I mean?
That's why.
Is someone going to do it just for the spectacle?
Is this a knock it off, or is this a let's go LO?
No,
you know what I
this is a
mean?
knock it off.
Or I'm pulling for you, LO. And naturally, yes, I'm pulling for everybody to turn their life around and to lead a healthy lifestyle. But 12 strokes and 6 heart attacks, knock it off, LO.
No.
All right, so
there's no way in the world that anybody could even let this man on the court, and I mean, because it's too dangerous.
It's irresponsible. It is irresponsible.
12 strokes and 6 heart attacks.
I mean,
like something in your body is not working. Now
there-
I'm always for people.
It's got to be
to
a
have the
protocol in place
opportunity
to
to get a
prevent
second
that guy
chance.
from getting back.
You know,
in.
Lamar Odom was a hell of a player.
Yes.
Even went back when he was at Rhode Island. He was a hell of a player. And
Generally the best
he
player on
was
the floor.
And he was a big part of
6'10".
the Lakers winning the championship.
Guard skills.
Yeah.
But he's been through hell and back, man. And he's got another opportunity. I mean, the good Lord gave him another opportunity on this earth. And use that time to do something that could, go talk to people. You know what I mean? Tell people,
Yes.
go
Be an
maybe
ambassador.
be an ambassador.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Those type
Yep.
of things is what right now you should be gearing your life towards. You know what I mean? Let people learn from your struggles, because there's a lot of people out here that struggle with a lot of different demons. Let people listen to your story so they can understand the human side of it, to the point where, like, damn, this dude almost died. And literally, I remember when this happened, they were talking about he was going to be dead in some hours. Like,
So
I remember that too.
Here's
He
my
was about to
thing.
die.
Here's my thing with that, and I'm glad you touched on that about being an ambassador. He tried acting. He tried what is it, the Kardashian show or this?
Yeah,
that, and the
he's
other.
been out there.
He has. He's been trying things, and I think, not knowing the guy, I don't know him. This is the guy with the formerly known as the goods. I mean, people talked about him as a Magic Johnson type of player with those type of ball skills at that size. Here's a guy that maybe the only thing he can find success in is playing basketball. Maybe the only thing that makes him happy, or that fills a void, because when
But
you have
he has
demons,
to be
there
better.
are holes. There are
He has to
holes.
be good enough.
You have to do
Right.
Yeah, you have
You're
to
be
right.
good enough.
You're right.
man. Yeah,
now,
it's-
and that's where the danger comes in, because if you're out searching for happiness and your health is at risk, there's only a couple
We
of
don't want
things
to be
that are
the
undefeated.
first guy to die on a basketball court. We're
There's
not trying
only
to sign
a couple
that.
of things that are undefeated, and Father Time is one of them.
Well, hold on.
Nah,
Hold on. Before we go any further with this, we're gonna buzzer beat in, because this song's about to be over, and since this is the holiday edition and Christmas edition of the HotBox, I'm gonna interject. Give me your 5 number 1 Christmas songs, and we're just gonna go. You get first draft pick, and we're gonna snake it back. Number 1 all time Christmas song. We're just gonna be quick hitters. We're gonna get right back to knock it off.
Silent Night Temptation.
That's what's on right now. Silent Night
Okay,
Temptations.
so I need to go outside of this song?
No. If you didn't draft it number 1 overall, I would have drafted it number 2 overall. So you did just fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Nat King Cole.
Dude, it's not even your pick, man.
Oh,
Come
my
on, you
bad.
can just skip over. I'm gonna take
My
Nat
bad.
King Cole. I'm gonna take a Nat King Cole Christmas song. Bam, number 2 overall. I just stole it.
Oh, I got one. Go ahead.
Little Drummer Boy.
You by who?
By who? If that's what which version?
Yes.
That's what's key here.
Yes. Let me know if you need some help.
Yeah, give me some help.
Faith,
Mariah.
Yes.
Faith Evans.
Faith Evans.
Faith
Yep,
Evans
yep,
over
my
Mariah
bad.
Carey. All I want for
Mariah
Christmas.
Carey
Yes.
wasn't as good as Faith.
Faith Evans.
For what
Little
song?
Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer. Okay, Faith Evans, Little Drummer Boy version. That's fine. Kevin Rick would be proud. That's his favorite Christmas song.
Yeah.
You just left me a strong choice between Chuck Berry, Run Rudolph Run, which we did the show off with,
Yeah.
or Bruce Springsteen, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which I also think is an all-time great Christmas song version.
Really?
Yes.
I'm taking the boss. He's by the way, he's sitting right over your shoulder.
Okay.
Juice. He's
All
sitting
okay.
right there.
I know. I see him.
He's hanging out
I
with us
see him,
tonight.
man. He's always looking at me every time I,
like
sit
that
down in
one.
this
You
chair.
can't go wrong, but I hate leaving a guy like Chuck on the
Who
board.
was the Go-Go Joan? Wasn't there a Go-Go Christmas? Who was it by? It was who was the women's Go-Go? Gosh, every single year they play it. Who was the women's Go-Go
you got
band,
me.
man?
The women's go-go
It was
band.
a woman's Go-Go band. I can't think of it. It's gonna come to me. They crank on it. They crank that Christmas carol.
Back,
They
not,
crank.
like recently?
No, this was a while back,
Okay.
man.
If you're
it's
listening and
Not
watching,
that I know any
chime
recent
in,
all
help us
girls-
out on that
Oh
one.
my
Go-go
gosh,
bands. All right,
man.
so
We'll check it.
who's your
Go
knock it off, Juice?
That was mine. I mean, I was
Okay.
gonna roll on with Darren on that.
Okay.
And I mean, I'll just give a little bit more, and then we can go into something else. I mean, I had a health scare. You know, I had a health
Yeah.
scare 4 years ago, man, and the amount of time and effort that you have to put into getting your body back
Yes,
to
it's a lot of
a
trauma
certain
on
level.
your body.
Your
Yep.
body goes through a lot of trauma, but then there's also a lot that you have to do to get it back to a certain level. And I'm not even playing in the NBA. I'm not even playing basketball on a, you know, I play every now and then, but I don't, for what Lamar Odom is trying to do,
Yep.
you're asking your body to do a lot, man. And you've had 6 heart attacks and 12 strokes. You know what I mean? It's not like it's an ACL. It's not like it's an Achilles. It's not like it's, you know, anything, a back
Oh, yeah.
injury or something
His
like
body
that.
is
You're
trying
talking
to
about major,
communicate
it's
to
trying
you.
to tell him something.
This is the
So,
battery.
you know what I mean?
This is the battery that
Your heart,
pumps your life.
your
Calls
heart,
coming from inside the
and
house.
your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your heart and your head. So there's something not there. So I hope somebody goes to Lamar Odom and says, listen, man, let's use this energy that you have to play basketball and let's do something positive in regards to let's help people.
You're right.
Let's go
right.
take tours and let's go sit down and talk to young kids. Let's go talk to people at risk.
Invest in
let's
the
go
community.
invest in the community, man.
Because he
Give back.
definitely has a story to tell.
He has a story.
yeah.
Everybody, he has a story to tell that people, our age and even younger, they know who Lamar
Yeah.
Odom is. You know what I mean? They know who Lamar Odom is, and he's had a chance to play with Kobe. He's had a chance to play with great players
Chloe.
that he can obviously talk about. You know, I played with Kobe Bryant. He could tell a story about playing with Kobe Bryant.
Juice,
and
he was
then all
the
of a
number
sudden-
one player in
Right.
the country coming out of high school.
and then he could also talk
New
about
York
his
City.
demons. He could talk about that. So that would grab it. That would fill up an audience.
sure.
That would definitely fill up an audience. You know what I mean?
I love watching him play.
I think that's what he should gear toward. But I mean, hey, everybody's got their own
All right.
good deals, and you know.
Hello, don't do it.
man.
That's my opinion. Don't do it.
Before we move into the last of the knock
Good
it
luck
offs,
to you, though.
here's a quick one for you guys.
What's up?
Give me your all-time 5 greatest. We're gonna do a little draft once again.
Yep.
This time starting on this side of me. Christmas characters. For example, if you were drafting number 1 overall, which Juice happens to be, Clark W. Griswold, great Christmas character. Sitcom episodes.
Clark W. Griswold. Good gracious.
It's a great. I
That
mean,
was big. That was.
it was a great Christmas. He's a great Christmas character.
God, let me think, man.
I mean, you could go Rudolph with Frosty.
No, I mean you're
Kris
talking
Kringle?
about. I'm thinking like
Anything.
sitcoms. It doesn't.
Sitcoms or Christmas movies. I wouldn't say that
I already know.
McClane from Die Hard would be. he's on the fringe. I was trying to think of how I could pick
Right.
him, because whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie is a hotly debated topic. But if it is a Christmas movie, that makes John McClane eligible in this draft. Any movie or show that dealt with the topic of Christmas qualifies.
Charlie Murphy and in Friday After Next, when he was Santa Claus and he was going stealing from and he was going to steal. He was stealing from houses. You remember that? You remember Friday After Next when Charlie Murphy was Santa Claus?
Dude, hold on. You know I'm drafting second.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sitting right here. Right here. I don't know if you guys,
What
but
you got?
sometimes you don't even know.
Ooh.
So I'm going with Eddie, Miss Clark's cousin, and all the
Oh my God!
because I think his character is undeniably the greatest. So when he
Oh my
rolls in to
gosh,
Christmas
man.
Vacation in that Winnebago pumping sludge with that.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's a good.
So
one.
I'm
That's a
going
good
to go. I'm not
I'll
going to
give
take
you
the
that
easy
one.
out. I'll leave you Clark, but I'm taking Eddie Griswold.
The bully in the Christmas Story that got his tongue stuck to the pole.
Wait, that wasn't the
No,
bully.
that wasn't the bully.
The bully was Andy Farkas or something.
Yeah, that wasn't the bully. That was the little dude with the glass. What was his
Yeah.
name on there?
Ralph.
Ralph, that
It was his little
Ralph.
brother. It was his little.
No, it was Ralph.
It was Ralph.
Ralph did it.
The bully didn't get his tongue stuck on the pole.
No, it was Ralph.
When the snowball fight, you know, remember that scene?
Yes, but he got his. No, it was Ralph. Then Ralph did it.
Yes, Ralph. Okay.
Ralph did it.
All right, but
Somebody beat the
but
bully up.
The
Then he
bully.
did-
The bully. That's who I'm talking about. The bully in the Christmas Story.
You want to be? That's up there for you. That's
Yes.
up there as a character.
Him and the Grinch.
Even what about the father from that movie with the lamp and the ridiculousness of his whole life?
Hey, that whole movie was. I still watch it to this day.
It's amazing, and everyone should keep watching that movie. So it swings back to me.
Right.
I was actually thinking about going with the father from Christmas Story, but I'm going to back away since you just went with that movie.
Who'd you got?
I'm going to go with Frank Cross, who is the lead character in a movie called Scrooged, played by Bill Murray, which is one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies. He is I think that's the best version of Christmas Carol, in my humble opinion. And Frank Cross.
I'm gonna go Martin.
Their Christmas
Martin
episode, their
Lawrence,
Christmas
when Martin
special
had
was
that
pretty
one
good.
Episode when he had to go talk to those little kids.
Who played? Did
And
Tommy
he-
dress
and it
up
was
as Santa?
Tommy- No, somebody was supposed to do it, and then Martin had to fill in. He had to come
Okay.
in. So he had to go talk to Tommy's class, and he had to sit there. He kept calling that one kid Watermelon Head.
Hey, Watermelon
Remember
Head.
that? Yeah. So I'm gonna go Martin.
I got a Martin episode when he didn't like Christmas, and down at Nipsey's they had a Christmas party.
Oh, yeah.
And Martin didn't want to
Yeah.
go because he was bah humbug about Christmas
Right.
because of his childhood.
Right.
Yeah.
When he didn't really get much for Christmas,
Right.
and he didn't have
Yeah.
good Christmas experiences. So, he started having nightmares or whatever. Then he went down to Nipsey's, and Gina and everybody was like, "What's Martin doing here?" He came down. He said, "You know what? I need to put all that behind me." Then there was a kid that came in that had some shoes that were all beat up.
Holes in
Yeah.
it.
And and he took off his new Jordans and gave them to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was
That was a good episode.
so that was
That a
Santa
good-
Claus Martin. How about
Right.
that?
Yeah, that was a good
Martin
episode,
Claus.
man. I remember that. I remember that.
Still potentially a show that's coming back. Always rumors about Martin
I don't think
coming
it's coming
back.
back.
I know, but
I
there's
hope
always
so.
talk about it.
I hope so.
I'm gonna
But
keep
we'll
the talk
see.
I
alive.
got one for you, Kim. All-time Christmas moments. Some things that happen on Christmas Day. What comes to my mind before I is when the NBA started putting 5 games on Christmas.
I mean, that's the obvious one. We just talked about it on the previous show, The Audible. In case check out First Amendment Sports, hit the subscribe button. You'll get it all. We just talked about that.
Didn't Christmas used to be dedicated to like college football, like bowl
Probably,
games?
Used
I
to.
guess, but
They had bowl
it's
games on.
synonymous with NBA basketball to me
Right.
now.
Right
Now it's
now
NBA.
it is right.
Like
Now it's
I
NBA.
fully like if people aren't watching, it's like football
it's
at
all
Thanksgiving.
NBA.
It's NFL on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
It's the equivalent,
But see, now in the NBA, you have like 5 games on now.
and they make good
5.
matchups.
You know what I mean? Oh, absolutely.
It's
I mean,
good-
they have.
it's really
They
good
go
matchups.
the majority of the time they have the teams from the previous finals.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Can't
what I mean?
do it this year.
But you can't do it
Nope.
this year. So what they did was they did it, but they didn't do it. So they have the Lakers playing the Warriors on Christmas Day.
Which
So
is
it's
great.
LeBron.
They were
versus
LeBron
Steph
against
again,
Steph.
or Steph
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
KD again.
And I think they got, I think they have New York playing Boston or Boston playing. Did the Wizards play Boston that day?
They
Negative.
They don't.
Boston plays Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Boston
the
plays
Wizards aren't
Philly, so
playing.
they
The
always
Wizards aren't
they
playing.
got Boston playing Philly. Who else they got?
So you start off with Milwaukee. You get Giannis playing the Knicks.
You gotta
at
have the
noon.
Knicks on. You gotta
so
have the Knicks
got the
on.
Bucks probably whooping
Gotta
up in
have
that
it in the
game.
Garden.
You come back at 3, which is a great matchup on paper and probably in reality. Oklahoma City at Houston, right? That's right when people are probably
Great
eating
game.
dinner,
That's when
maybe
they're
finishing
eating.
dinner.
Right.
You've already started probably sitting down so that the screens are on.
Yeah.
Right.
But this is probably a way better game. So you just sat down and watched Milwaukee and New York, which was a terrible game. Milwaukee destroyed them, but that was the game that was on, and you all sat around and we're watching that game. Then all of a sudden, now it's like, okay, I got to get in line because I'm not going to miss out on like the turkey legs
Right,
and all this stuff,
right,
whatever. So you got to
right.
get in line. Now you're sitting at the table and you're eating. Now you got Oklahoma City in Houston, which is probably a great game, followed by the 76ers at Celtics. That's 3 and 5:30. That's prime eating hours probably
I
for
don't
the
like
most
it.
people.
I don't like it.
And then you
I
get
don't like
served
it.
up
What,
8
the
p.m.
Celtics Sisters game?
No, I need the Lakers and Golden State need to be at an earlier time.
So 8 p.m.
They're
people
at
are
8.
food coma style.
People sleep, man.
Food
People
coma.
are sleeping. You know what I mean? Like at that
Itis.
time, you knocked out, man. You're not going to watch it.
And they
that
have
game
the
should be at
least.
5:30.
This thing totally is prematurely, climaxing because Portland at Utah at 10:30
Ain't
p.m.
nobody watching that game, man.
I mean, you're talking about you might as well. Why?
Ain't nobody. I mean, you dead. You sleep.
Someone should just send out an
You
email
know
of
what
a
I mean? You
simulation
sleep.
of that game.
I mean, that's a good game, but it's just
play it
you
on
know,
NBA Live
yeah.
and just put that on the air.
Speaking of the NBA, man,
Except Damian Lillard, by the way. You know why I'll be watching that game.
I know
First of
why.
all 3 of us will be watching that game. Let's be honest with
Right.
ourselves. And we'll
I'll
be
be asleep,
texting
man.
about
Crazy.
Damian Lillard and his awesomeness
All right.
and dominance
okay,
and amazingness.
all right.
It's an uplifting story.
Speaking of the NBA, can we talk briefly about this debacle of a trade?
Yeah, so that's my knock
that
it
the
off.
Wizards can we just
That's
please
my
talk
knock it
about
off.
that, man?
But we have to decide who needs to knock it off about this deal because this happened, and I was really hoping that we wouldn't dedicate a ton of time to it because I think it's a disaster of a story. I think it's just a trash fire of a story. I don't understand how it makes us better. I don't understand how it explains moves that the Wizards previously didn't make involving Oubre. I don't know. It seems to have a whole lot more to do with trying to win in the short term as opposed to the long
like
term.
a quick fix.
And I think there's ways you can be happy about it, but they don't outweigh the ways in which it's disappointing and the ways in which it doesn't check some boxes in terms of making us better as a franchise.
Well, here's the deal about that. Let me tell you this:
Knock it
the
off,
Wizards
Ernie.
had to make this deal. They had to make it. They screwed up. They messed up. I don't know how.
We're gonna be able to keep
I don't know how in this world of technology that you can mess up. You have 2 guys with the last name Brooks. You have Marshawn and you have Dylan. Okay. I have a phone. You know how to text. You have email. There's so many
And
different
don't
ways you
forget
can
Mel.
communicate. How in the world?
I've never heard of
How in the
anything like
world
this.
can you not know the right Brooks?
It's like a fantasy trade. Like you accidentally traded
So
a
when
kicker
you're
for a
talking,
quarterback.
so when you're talking the whole time,
Not good.
you don't know what Brooks you want to involve in a trade.
Right.
And so then all of a sudden, when they realize it's Dylan instead of Marshawn, now all of a sudden we don't want to do the trade. But the Wizards had to do it because now Kelly Oubre's in his feelings. Now
I don't
Austin
care-
Rivers
I don't
is in
care
his
about
feelings.
that. I don't care about
You
that.
do. You have to make the trade.
They've
You
already-
can't try to trade somebody and then bring them back. You can't do that. So you have to make that trade. So they ended up giving up more than they should have for a guy who's 33 years old, who's been on I don't know how many teams. Now, granted, he was good when he was here. They never should have gotten rid of him in the first place. But at the end of the day, they had to make that trade to save face.
It's like the Josh
So
Johnson.
you
That's what they
trade
had to do.
away
3-point
23
power forwards.
years old
Small forwards.
for 33 years old.
Right.
What, does he come off? Is he at least does his contract expire after this season?
Who?
Trevor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal.
But he's
No, it's
15.
not. You
He
just
makes
gave up
15.
a kid that's 23
He
years
makes
old.
15.
We
But
weren't,
listen,
gonna, we weren't going to be
if-
able to re-sign Kelly Oubre because of the way John Wall's
but
contract explodes.
Oubre is
And no one was coming for
a
him.
huge trade piece
I
to
would have
try to
traded
get
him later.
something
Absolutely.
in return.
Absolutely.
Well, they should have already done it. If they didn't think they were going to be able to afford
But if you're
going to
make a trade like that, I mean, give me some value. Give me something a little bit more. I
Right.
mean, I give Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza is a solid player. I'm not taking anything away from him. But you traded a 23-year-old
But
for a
guys, we
33-year-old.
have to remember the
It's a-
Wizards
it's
are
about John Wall.
handcuffed because John Wall hasn't even started making his $43 million a year
This is
that
a-
he's,
this
that
is
he's
a-
due.
this is
the
a move to placate
dumbest
John Wall.
trade I've ever seen.
This is
It's
a-
the dumbest.
But
I have a couple of takes on this, Ken. I have a couple of takes on this.
hold on, can I just say one
Go
thing real
ahead.
fast? 'Cause
Sure.
I this is placating a top guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's a statement. And I think that might be the organization saying we're locked into you for 4 years at a super high salary that no one's going to take because.
No, this is for John Wall.
And they're saying,
This
you
is
know
for
what?
John Wall.
We're
This
gonna
is a John Wall
operate-
trade.
We're gonna
John Wall.
operate with you in mind as our guy, and I mean,
Dumbest trade. They
Now-
just lost tonight to the
ahead.
Hawks.
Now the NBA is getting younger and younger. Long gone are the days where, except for the anomalies like LeBron and Dirk that seem to defy time, but long gone are the days that players are coming in as 4-year college players, and then they reach their peak at 28, 29 years old, and then they play 6, 7 prime years, and then they start to decline. That's not the current NBA. So there was a study that said that players nowadays, NBA players, reach their prime at around age 23. And
That's ridiculous.
However, exactly, because they're coming into the league younger, so they take their lumps in the first couple of years or whatever. But by the time they reach 23, is what they say, that's where they're at their prime. And how you take care of your body and some other factors that come into play is how long you can maintain that prime part of your career. Some people can do it for 10 years. Some people can do it for 12. And that's where these second and third contracts come in. 'Cause
Yep.
contracts are like 4 years in length. But if it's 23 and Kelly Oubre came in after his freshman year out of Kansas, he is now 23. So the potential there, he's right in his prime. He's ready to,
But
he's
we
on the
can't pay
break
him.
of being,
we can't pay him.
exactly. And
We didn't get enough. We did not get enough back for him. I mean, that's a
and
fact.
I understand that. And you get a 33-year-old guy in return, where Kelly Oubre, they interviewed him and he
ridiculous.
says, everybody that's standing in front of me is going to feel it. I'm going out with a vengeance. I'm coming for everybody. So he's got a new breath of fresh air. He feels like, all right, I'm getting ready to make Phoenix my home. I'm gonna go there and play alongside Devin Booker, and we're gonna try to do some things there. It's I don't know whether he saw a future here because of what the Wizards have in place, and he was going to continue to be a second unit guy.
Yep.
But you're asking a 23-year-old who's at the prime of his career and ready to peak and get out there and show everybody why he was drafted after 1 year at Kansas, to stay in the role that he's in, stay in the locker room that he's in. And I'm sure there was a little bit of, I can't speak for it because I wasn't there, but I'm sure there was, some mumblings. That's what happens with losing teams and losing situations. So,
It's still a dumb trade. Like that trade.
Of course.
We could talk about it all like we talk about, but it's not a good trade for the Wizards. They didn't get anything out of this. They didn't. This doesn't help them long term.
Austin Rivers is getting released by the Phoenix Suns.
This doesn't help them long term at all. You know what I mean? Like
they brought Austin Rivers in to solidify and bring some a little bit more of a locker room presence.
I knew that wasn't.
He's
gonna
got
work
some
in the
experience,
beginning, man.
but they had to get rid of
He's
March and
kind of a-
Gortat.
he's a
They
professional
had to get
player.
rid of March.
Huh?
I think my experience with Austin Rivers, I didn't.
That didn't work out at
well,
all.
but
No,
I
that
didn't want
was-
him to
that
come in
was-
because I didn't like Duke. But I will say this: I do think he's a professional basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to have a career.
No, but you have to look at what Austin Rivers did last year. Austin Rivers had a very good season last year for the Clippers. A very good
offensively.
season. No, but when I'm saying he averaged 16 points a game.
Yeah, but he
And
was
he
really
started.
good defensively for us.
No, but what I'm saying is I knew that wasn't going to work because you're asking a guy that averaged 16 points a game for the Clippers to come here and be a backup.
And play defense.
That's not that.
But
I
he
knew
actually-
I knew that wasn't going to work.
But
in
he
the
played
beginning.
good defense when he was with
No,
the
but the kid he didn't want to be here. You could tell looking at him. You could tell looking at his mannerisms. Yeah, he played great defense or whatever, but he wasn't doing. He didn't want to be here. You
mean,
can
the
look
word-
at his mannerisms. You can look
yeah.
at his expressions. He didn't want to be. He didn't want to be backing up John Wall.
There are a
He didn't
lot
want to
of-
be backing up Bradley Beal, and that's what he was doing.
because a lot of stuff that was going down in practice with John
you
Wall.
can't
and
play.
the way
You
he showed
can't
up
play
in
them
practice
together.
and-
You can't play John Wall and Austin Rivers together.
By the way, Green wasn't too excited about the way our practices were being run.
I don't
early
blame
on. And I think Rivers was more in the Green camp.
Like these two guys have been to teams. Like Jeff Green came from he was a champion, and now you're going to a team that bickers and argues and all. That's not what you're used to as a pro, especially Jeff Green, who's been in the league for a while.
He's having his own practices.
Austin Rivers goes from playing
Guys.
for his dad for the Clippers to going to a place. It's a circus here.
Before we,
Why would you want to
before we
stay here?
Move on. I think as many fans that are saying welcome back, Trevor, there are just as many fans that are very upset that we got rid of Kelly Oubre.
Oh yeah. I mean, we weren't going to be able to keep him.
And it's not Trevor Ariza's fault.
And
Trevor
no,
Ariza's
and
coming
Trevor's
back
he's
into
a
a situation now
professional.
where he's in I'm back, but
I guess
people
now
are
you're
upset about
looking
that.
at a lineup of and that gives you length on the wings, I guess. You're looking at a lineup of Wall, Beal, Ariza, Otto, and Bryant. So, and then coming off the bench with Satoransky, and who else we have?
There you go. There you go.
Markeith, and so you're gonna go about 7 or 8 deep.
So you've just made your bench worse. So now your bench is worse
You got to
than it was.
Your bench is
you gotta
worse.
tighten
Your
it
bench
up.
is worse.
But you know what that means? When you tighten up the rotation, that means you need consistency from your guys that you're rolling with. Now you're saying this is what we're going. We don't have much of a second unit,
not gonna
so
work.
we need our big money, big name guys, and Bill is doing that.
So when's the
So
trade
if you're
deadline?
so
in the
basically
NBA?
what you're saying is you're going to ask guys to
long is
step up now that haven't been stepping up in the first
and
20
that's-
something.
and
So
that's
how are you
situation
going
we're
to
in.
so how do you win? You're not going to win.
All right.
situation that we're in.
You're not going to win. You're
So
not gonna win that
talk.
one.
Okay, so talking about the Wizards is a downer.
Mm-hmm.
Still, although we all know that they're going to make the playoffs.
Can we get to some more hot topics?
I want to play something for you guys. Yeah, you got some hot topics? I got
Yes,
a hot topics.
I have a couple of hot topics
right.
in the sports world.
Quick hitters, hit us with some hot topics.
Okay, one is, could y'all foresee the Lakers being the number 4 seed right now in the West, and teams like New Orleans not in the top 8 right now, teams like the Rockets maybe 8th seed right now. We got
Rockets aren't even in the playoffs right now.
okay, so they're outside of the top 8. So
They're outside of the top 9.
it's I knew after the first couple that 3 through 10 was going to be a tight race like it was last year. But I didn't think that Houston Rockets would be. Now they've won 4 straight.
And I don't think it was just me. I think it was as in me, one of you guys said the Lakers are making the playoffs as a mid-level Western Conference team because of LeBron James. Like,
Never
just-
underestimate LeBron, Jason Voorhees.
Everyone's
This
like,
is-
"Oh, what about all these amazing Western Conference teams?" We're like, "Yeah, but there's one thing we know that guy does, and that's make it to the playoffs and then make something happen." I still think they have a move to make. I don't buy all the crap coming out about who does or doesn't want to play with him or this or that. They'll put something together that's going to be very
And
compelling to watch.
And what LA is doing is making it very, very interesting on who's going to be the next superstar to come play with LeBron. In the free
I'm
agent
gonna tell you
market.
what some of these teams do, man, and it happens in every single sport.
What's that?
That when you have a successful season, a lot of teams gauge having a successful season by winning a championship.
Turn that up a little bit, Ken.
A lot of people
My
have.
favorite.
You didn't pick it.
I forgot about that.
A lot of people have. They base a great season off championship, and when teams don't get to a championship, they feel like they have to make all these different changes to improve. And that's not the case. Houston was one Chris Paul injury away from probably beating Golden State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they get rid of people. You know what I mean? They bring Carmelo in. Like, they feel like they have to get better at certain, and they lost focus of what helped them win.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, teams panic. And when you panic, that means that you don't have confidence in the guys that are in your locker room to improve and to have that fight and that hunger for getting over the next step. And that's what a lot of teams do. They always do that. They panic. And they say, oh, my God, we got to make these drastic changes. We got to do this. We got to do that. And you don't have to do it. You don't have to make these. You don't have to bring in all these guys to come in. You don't have to do that.
This is what LeBron James did to the East. Okay? This is what KD and Steph did to the West. Now, keeping that core unit together
talking about the star
isn't good
players.
enough anymore.
I'm not talking about the
I'm
star
not
players.
talking about them
I'm talking
transferring
about
to teams.
core solid players, bench
now,
players that you
keeping your
lose.
core together isn't enough. It doesn't get you over the hump. Look what Toronto did. Toronto has a solid core.
They're over
and
the
lost
hump.
in the first round.
They're over the hump right now.
Now we're thinking, no. So what does Toronto say? Okay, well, let's bring Kawhi in.
Yeah,
but teams,
that's a hump. That's a hump.
Are saying
leaper.
we got to make moves to beat LeBron in the East. We've got to make moves to try to beat Golden State in the West. And it's tough when you have those super teams like that. Now LeBron has left the East, so the Eastern Conference teams can breathe easy a little bit and say, all right, well let's.
You don't have to do that. You don't.
Well, Milwaukee's faced
These
with that
teams, you
situation
don't
right
have
now. No,
I think it's amazing
what did
that
Milwaukee
that
do?
team, that
No,
a
I'm saying
player
they're
from the
faced with that
Western
situation.
Conference.
They have decisions to make. Are they going to keep this core together? How are they going to manage their money and their roster?
I don't think you have to do
keep it
man.
together.
I don't think you have to go make drastic changes to a team that's already been very successful. I think you make some moves, but I don't think you have to go and blow up your team. Like Houston, for whatever reason, I don't know why. Like they got rid of Ariza. You know what I mean? They got rid of him. They got rid of who was that? The guy on the wing, the long African dude. They got rid of him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Why are you making these types of changes?
Maabute.
Right. Why are you making these changes? They're not great offensive players, but they're defenders.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're making these changes.
Yeah. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it.
And then you take away two quality defensive clogs, and you bring in Carmelo, and you don't even keep Carmelo. Carmelo's gone. You know what I mean? I didn't understand that. I didn't understand some of those moves. Man.
Last week we said the Washington Wizards were one game out of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
What are they
This
now?
week they're 3 games. The 2 games slide the
They
wrong
just
way.
lost to the Hawks tonight.
Right.
Yep.
After they beat
By
the Lakers.
15.
But I'm going to play you guys something. Somebody who's
give
been
me
a
some
part of
shit,
this
man.
show.
I
Let's change gears here and see if I can get this queued up. We'll see.
I have something that I'm very disturbed about too in the college football world.
Damn.
Justin Fields is leaving.
Not
Georgia.
yet. Not yet.
He's leaving.
Not yet.
Yes, he just got put in the transfer protocol
When they do it, just today?
today.
'Cause I was gonna say I saw earlier they said that he was thinking about leaving.
No, yeah, he's in.
I don't know why he went there in the first place. I don't know why. Like I again, what we got?
This is for you, Juice.
One of the best
next-
shows, man.
The next
We're going to have copyright infringement all over this show.
big time quarterback in college football.
I don't know. I
The
don't think he
next-
should have gone there. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
think he should've
frustrated
gone
for
there.
all Georgia fans. I'm frustrated.
He shouldn't have gone there in the first place, man. I don't think. Because Jake
frustrated.
Fromm, but college football is different. You know what I mean? Like you got kids. Jake Fromm's got what, another 2 years?
He's having a
Unless he goes to
very
the league.
efficient year this year.
I'll take Justin Fields.
I'll take Justin Fields
Oh
too.
my goodness!
I'll take Justin Fields
Yeah.
too.
Make the
I've
call.
heard
Make the
Oregon.
call.
I've heard
Sure.
Florida State.
It's all good. I love Jake Fromm. You can have Jake Fromm. I mean, he's great. You're going to win tons of games.
You
Jake
think,
Fromm. I'll take Justin Fields.
You think Loxley can get him?
Of course, I think Lasky
You
can
think
get
Loxley
anybody.
can get Justin Fields?
But I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. We just start throwing out every single player we want.
Hey,
and
I'm
saying,
just
"Could Loxley
saying,
get
man.
him?"
Hey, it's a new era in
Because
Maryland.
yes,
it's
I
a
do
new
think
era.
you can get him.
I think Justin Fields coming to Maryland.
That
We
would
almost
be
had
amazing.
Dwayne Haskins.
This guy's
You
a
almost had
stud.
Dwayne
We
Man.
almost had Dwayne Haskins. I'm
Justin
just saying.
Fields is a
He's looking for a
Caps
place
lock,
to go. He's going to have to sit.
capital S, capital T, however you spell
Let me
the
ask
rest.
you this.
Double
Let me ask you
D,
this real quick
whatever.
before we talk about. You don't think Justin Fields knows what Mike Locksley did for Alabama's offense?
Of course he does.
Absolutely. The best team in the country
He
for the
saw him up
last how many
close.
years?
He saw him up close.
Absolutely.
They all know each other. They all
So
know
you're
each
gonna
other.
tell me that, you know what? If I go to Maryland, and play for Mike Locksley, and the things he did with Tua,
Yeah.
and the things hey man, the Big Ten.
Snooker.
I'm just
He's
saying,
going-
man.
he's a
I'm
very
just
good
saying.
player, and he
I
makes
hope he
your,
throws
makes
his
your
hat
team
in the
better.
ring for that. Because if he wants to leave, if I'm Mike Locksley, I'm on the first thing smoking to Georgia.
He makes his team better.
I'm just saying,
Mr. Fields.
I'm on the first thing smoking.
Ken, you
Yes, sir.
just played a little bit of
That was for. I'm going to go back to Christmas music, but I didn't want to let the moment go without recognizing
Yeah, let's
Penny.
let's do a rest in peace for Penny Marshall, who passed away today.
Laverne.
Laverne of Laverne and Shirley, man.
Here's to you,
One
Laverne.
of the logos, the classic logo that we all remember is the cursive L on her shirt. Tremendous
neighbor
actress.
to my man and them. Lenny and Squiggy.
It's a tough day for Lenny and Squiggy.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you know what? I mean, she was a great actress, but she was an unbelievable director, man, a producer. Like, she produced some great shows. It's sad to see when you see people that you grew up watching, they start to pass away, man. That kind of hits you. But, Laverne.
Big time Clipper fan, Clipper and Laker fan.
Yes. Penny
At
Marshall.
every game.
Yep. That was that's sad to hear, man. Rest in peace, Penny Marshall.
Great theme song. Great all-time theme song. So as a transition to our last kind of give me your five
All-time theme songs?
All-time theme songs.
Oh,
but
my
quick
goodness.
draft. But this time
All-time theme
But this
song?
time
Yes.
I'm going to start here, and we're going to go that way.
Wait a minute,
So we're gonna come
all-time
around.
theme. Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
Just
Let's
a quick
let's
one.
okay,
Yeah, just a quick one. TV show theme songs. Top 5. Just a quick draft. Just to go 5 in.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to say cheers.
God, I was just gonna say that
I'm
one,
gonna
man. That's
number one overall draft pick. Cheers theme song is gonna go to
Ken,
Juice number 1.
Why are you always the number one pick?
Dude, I've been
man.
I was number 2. I was never number 1. It's the first time I was number 1. You guys were number 1 the last 2 times.
All right, go ahead.
You're just trying to buy time.
MASH.
All right, match theme
Unbelievable.
song number 3.
It's instrumental, man. Ain't no
So-
words.
So what? That's all right. It's a theme song. It don't have to be
You
words
don't,
to a
have to, you
theme
don't have to
song.
memorize anything.
That's okay. Everybody knows when that theme song comes on. Everybody knows what it is.
Everyone knows it's time to go to bed on a Sunday
Everybody
night.
knows what it is. MASH. That's
Absolutely.
a heck of a theme
Time to
song.
turn off the
Absolutely.
TV
with
'cause
a
it's not-
helicopter flying and just some music.
That's
man.
Stop
all
it,
right,
be
man.
static
That's okay.
or
Everybody
a
knows
dial
MASH.
tone for the
Everybody
next 5
knows
hours.
MASH.
It's kind of
Everybody. That's a hell of a theme
It
song.
is, but it's sad.
You can't even put that on
makes me
YouTube
sad.
and get the words, get the lyrics.
You don't need the
It's
lyrics.
nothing. It's just
what do you mean?
music.
You don't- that's all you need. It's a theme song.
It
It's
is
a
a-
song.
it is a
It's
theme song.
It's a song.
What do you got?
Welcome back, Carter, man. Welcome back, Carter.
It's pretty solid.
All right, so now
not
does it
solid.
go back
Yeah.
this way?
No, dude, we're looping it.
Okay, so
There's
you
no-
get,
there's no- yeah,
you
it's
get
welcome back,
1
Carter.
and 4.
yeah. All right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. That's good for me. I'm gonna say, in a pinch, I'm gonna go Love Boat. It's a gut. It's a from the core of me, from the solid, from the down
like
deep
it.
in.
How you gonna like
I
Love
can't
Boat and
deny
don't
it.
like MASH?
Because at least
I love the Love Boat theme song.
there's some lyrics to remember.
Soon,
At least there's something to look at.
we'll be making a lot of love. I mean, come on, let's be honest. I mean, we're talking about
Love
the Love
Boat
Boat.
always has something to look at during the theme song too.
I mean,
always.
Yeah, and it's
Gilligan's
it's a
Island
story of hope.
always has something to look at.
Some hopeful
So
people
this
get on
got
that
nothing
boat.
to do with
MASH,
the song now.
It's a
It's about what you're looking
camouflage.
at. So it's got
a
nothing to do with the
camouflage
song.
helicopter.
So it's got nothing to do with the song. Now you gotta look at something.
That's all part of it.
You gotta look at the
What you
lyrics.
got? What's next?
Well, yeah,
What do you have?
you because you already picked the lyric
Yeah,
list
give me
song.
another one.
Jeez.
Terrible.
Give us something exciting and new. Come on.
Give you something. Shoot, man. Man, y'all got to go back. Let me
just
think
let
of
it
one.
flow. Just let it flow.
Man. The Simpsons.
Unbelievable,
The
man.
Simpsons.
I
There
think
you go.
That's
That's a
worth it.
group.
There's your give me your
yes.
5 theme
How does
songs.
that go? What it
That's everybody knows the Simpsons.
Oh my goodness.
That's what that. There's a Duff beer back here.
Yeah.
No.
That's the good stuff. All right, so
What
all
am I
right,
looking at? Marge?
you guys, thank you so much. Not sure that we'll be back on a Tuesday for Christmas
Yeah,
evening, but
I
we will
can't
be
do-
back within the next week or so.
Okay.
We'll figure out a time to talk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Come and knock on my door.
You know what? That was
We've
my
been
that was
waiting
my
for you.
that. If I was going number 6, that's the one I'm taking.
There we go.
And WKRP in Cincinnati is also up there for me.
WKRP. Yes.
I do love that theme song. Baby, did you ever wonder whatever became of me?
I like
for
that
you.
one.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to hit all the top notes there. Thank you guys. Great year. Awesome year.
Archie
We're going to
Bunker.
finish it strong. Archie Bunker's great. I mean, it's good.
The Jeffersons moving on up.
Archie Bunker.
Jefferson's above.
When she's
Archie
screaming, when
Bunker.
she's screaming at the end.
Jefferson's above Archie Bunker.
When she's screaming at the end.
Different strokes above Archie Bunker.
Archie Bunker was a great theme song.
Hey,
Different
Ken, this
strokes.
guy said MASH, man. This guy said MASH.
Everybody knows MASH. Don't you know MASH? When you hear MASH, don't you know that's
Yeah,
MASH?
I know it's someone. Hey, someone forgot
What
to turn.
you
I know it
mean?
means someone forgot to turn the TV off. Back when there was
never
no
wa-
remote control.
You know what's funny? I never watched one MASH episode in my
If
life.
you heard the theme song for MASH, it was like, hey, it's about to be some dial tone
Right.
stuff on the TV.
That's when you
better
know.
turn it
That's
off.
when you know your favorite show just went off.
Yeah.
No,
And then you got something
when we
coming
were
on,
growing
man.
up, we had
That's
to
when you-
been finished with our bath by the time MASH
Absolutely.
came on.
You had to
It's time
finish with
go
your
to
dinner,
bed,
and then
man.
you see that little
And you just hear it down
Right.
the hallway. That's
Yeah.
all. You don't. Ain't nothing to look at. Come on, Ken. Let's get out of here,
Yeah,
man.
Hot Lips. When that name Hot Lips. One Hot Lips on there. Hot Lips was on there too.
On
man.
behalf of Kevin Rickett and
She
Tim
was the
Strachan,
only one in there with a bunch of men.
joining us in the basement tonight, he's Darren McClinton.
But the Dukes of Hazzard. Woo!
That's top 10. Inside the top 10.
Happy
Inside the
holidays
top
to
10.
everybody out there.
MASH.
He's
Thanks for letting me
Kevin.
get
He's
some things
Kevin
off my
McClinton.
chest.
Hey, y'all gonna stop talking about my theme songs, man. I got some good ones.
Bruce. Goodness.
MASH,
Gilligan's Island.
MASH, and The Simpsons.
The Simpsons is
It's
awesome.
a great
Like,
one. It's a great one.
I did not expect that.
It took me a minute to think about it, but now I had to go back and I was like, you know what?
It's a winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a single word spoken in any of your theme songs.
That's okay. But you know, when it
You
come
do
on,
know.
you know exactly.
Hey,
Man.
you know what we forgot?
Did you say
You know what
WKRP?
was-
and
What's
Cincinnati?
another? Let's think of all-time instrumental
this
theme
one
songs.
that is playing right now.
Was Night Court?
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Who's singing this song right here? What version of that is it?
Louis Armstrong.
There we go.
But how is that?
What you
There
mean,
we
there
go.
we go.
Not a theme song,
There
but
we go,
remember,
where?
give
Not
me
a
your
theme
five,
song.
give me your 5 Christmas songs. We forgot about that.
We did for. Oh,
A
you're
White
right.
Christmas.
Yeah, you also forgot about Chuck Berry. You did. Not me.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on a Tuesday
Yes,
night.
indeed. Merry Christmas
I'm Ken
to
Maragolo,
everybody
and
out
this
there.
was
The Hot Box.
Do you remember the MASH Christmas episode?
Still alive. Still
Me
alive.
either, man. Me neither.
There was one.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
still
sure
alive.
it was. We were asleep. Unbelievable. Oh, there it is.
Hey, man.
Come back. It's nothing to remember with MASH.